Guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another podcast. In today's episode of Podcast Review Stuff, we are reviewing House of Dragons or The House of Dragons. I forget.
House of the Dragon.
House of the Dragon, yeah.
Either way, it's called Game of Thrones to us, and we are going to be reviewing all 10 episodes and giving you guys our opinions on it. We are here today with the one and only Johnny Donuts 777. Make sure you guys go check him out. Go show him some love. He's on that. How many subs you at right now, JD?
228. I'd like to hit 250 before the end of the year.
There you guys go. Let's get him to 300 by the end of the year, boys. Make sure you go check him out. Drop him a sub. Do me that favor. And then we're here with John Donuts or John, whatever your name is. And yeah. Okay, so boys, the first thing I want to talk about is, well, that's a good intro, John. All right. The first thing I want to talk about is how does this season 1 compare to Game of Thrones season 1? Because in my opinion, I have to go back and watch it. It's been a while, but I actually think I'm enjoying this more than Game of Thrones season 1. For me, it wasn't until like season 3-ish that I was like, this is amazing.
So, okay, do you want me to really tell you the truth? Do you have like 40 minutes to spare? I think that this is definitely better than Game of Thrones season 1. I think Game of Thrones season 1 is slightly overrated as people consider one of the better seasons. It's not. I do think this has the advantage of seeing how good Game of Thrones got and pulling aspects from the better seasons of that and applying it now right away. We didn't have to wait to learn where it's building up. We immediately got everything, the highest quality right out of the gate. This is one of the better seasons ever of Game of Thrones, in my opinion.
It learned, sorry to interrupt, but it learned from the mistakes of the last season and a half too, and did not make those mistakes.
It time skipped properly, number one. And if they dragged this season out a bit and made the time skips a little bit less even, I would have liked that even more. I'm just gonna be honest.
Okay. Well, I think you guys both nailed it. Those are my thoughts too. I actually got into an argument with some of my buddies talking about season 1 of Game of Thrones wasn't really that good. I did not start really loving that show until the later seasons. That I realized it was one of the best shows of all time. But before we get into spoilers, I want to ask one more question. Is what is your guys' rating for this whole season? Me personally,
already?
Well, yeah, I want to do that now because if people are here just for our ratings, right? Before we get into spoilers, people might just want to see what.
Well, can I tell you some things that I liked first?
Go ahead, but just tread easy on spoilers. I don't like when I watch your guys' reviews. You guys spoil so much.
We never spoil anything. We tell you when they're spoilers.
No,
we warn you when we spoil.
Okay, first of all, I just think Millie Alcock in the early seasons as young Rhaenyra. That's what her name is, right?
Spoiler alert.
Okay, that's not a spoiler. She's amazing. How's that a spoiler? That's amazing.
Go on.
You can clearly see on any of the advertising for it that it's different people. She's amazing. I think what's the guy's name's Paddy Constantine or
Paddy Constantine, yes, the guy who played King Viserys.
He's fantastic.
Dude, spoilers.
Throughout the whole thing, yeah, because you know his name. Huge spoilers.
Matt Smith has really come a long way in his
act. Has been amazing. Olivia Cook in the second half is fantastic.
She was good in Bates Motel too.
Yeah, she was
great in Thoroughbreds. It's
I told you, John,
underrated movies.
I told you she was good in Bates Motel. You didn't believe me. Yeah, I said it to you.
Bates Motel was a good show.
You told me she was from the other show, not Bates Motel.
No, I said
American Horror Story.
No, I didn't. She's from Bates Motel.
Anyways, I digress. Yeah, I think like a lot of the performances are fantastic. I'm really hooked on characters already, where Thrones took me a while to get invested in people.
You like the politicking, I know that.
That's all I want. I just want a bunch of people sitting in rooms talking for 10 episodes. I don't need any dragons or anything.
Okay. Yeah. JD, anything you want to add to that?
Same thing. It was a really well, like I said, they learned from their mistakes. They took some aspects from the books, but not all of them, and they kind of made their own little twist on it. Some of the stuff is a little different from the books, but it was really well acted, well written, well shot too. Like some of the cinematography shots in this show were absolutely fantastic. Like even certain callbacks to others. When we get into spoilers, we'll talk about it, but there are callbacks to certain shots from the beginning of the episode that they show in the final season too. And it's just, they keep that, I guess, continuity going. And I really enjoyed the continuity of it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I will say that if we're going to jump into ratings, I want to give this an 8.5 out of 10. I'm sorry, but I got to do it. That's really high for me. 8.5 out of 10.
I don't know if I'd go that high. I'm gonna say 9 out of 10.
Okay.
I'll meet you guys in the middle. 8.75. No, I agree with John there. It's the best show on TV right now, and I'm gonna give it a 9 as well.
It's this is a thing too. Well, we'll get into spoilers right after this, but I think that when everyone looks at Game of Thrones, you have that bad taste in your mouth of the last season. Where I've rewatched almost all of it, and I can tell you on the rewatch, even that season is not as bad as you remember. It's more the disappointment, like we've talked about this, that you spent all these years watching it to this buildup, and you got there and you're like, but now that you know what happens when you go back, you're like, okay, it's not that bad. Actually.
It's like a wet fart at the end.
You still have this bad taste in your mouth, so you come into this and you're like, this show hits you so hard and you're like, damn, Game of Thrones was a good ass show. Like, I remember why I like Game of Thrones. This is amazing. Like, this is top tier TV, and anyone who says otherwise has no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that this, like JD mentioned, they're learning from all their mistakes with this show. They really are.
Absolutely. The fact that they time skipped as much as they do, and
they jumped a good 10 years, was it?
More than that, I think.
No, but I mean, there were 2 time skips, though.
There was like 4 time skips. Yeah, every single one of the episodes when they're adults is a time skip.
There was like a 3-year from episode 1 to 2.
From as the adults, there's almost a 10-year time skip from the first episode as adults to the last episode as adults.
Okay, because the kids because
her youngest son is already like 10.
I would say let's wait because, like I said, some people are literally just here to see if the show's worth watching, and it is. Watch it.
Absolutely, go do yourself the favor of.
Yeah, so if you're one of those people that's just here to figure out if it's worth watching, it is. Go watch it, and now we're gonna jump into spoilers. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. Okay, so I would say honestly, the ending of the last episode was really, really slow. I love the way it ended. The cliffhanger that we know that
I kind of knew something like that would happen, but I agree with you. For
I knew somebody major was going to die.
For how absolute punch in the face the 9th episode was,
exactly.
To get to the 10th, you were like, okay, this is kind of stupid.
But that go ahead, sorry.
It really built up. Rhaenyra's, was it Rhaenyra? Because they all have like the same exact.
There's Rhaenyra and Rhaenyra. I think
Rhaenyra is the princess.
Yeah, the queen.
No,
Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra is the princess queen. Okay.
Yeah.
And then her aunt is Rhaenyra.
Yeah, Rhaenyra.
Rhaenyra. Yeah.
Yeah. So Rhaenyra, they make a very big point to you that she literally just had a baby. She pulled a baby out of her vag on her own, and then immediately went into the war room and planned a war. And that to me. They're really
but yet the fact that she still showed resolve and said, let's not go into this too hastily. Let's plan this out properly.
There's a lot of layers to her character and showing you that she is very similar and she's in the same predicament right now that Daenerys was in, where no one wants to acknowledge her as the rightful heir to the throne. So she's going to take it herself.
There's even that the final shot of the season where they're kind of focusing on her face. They kind of make it look like she looks like Daenerys there.
Yeah, there's like this whole situation. I really appreciate that. Millie Alcock in the early seasons looks like what I imagine a young Daenerys would look like.
Yeah, me too. When I first seen the trailer, I thought it was supposed to be.
Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be young Daenerys. I'm not even lying. Of all the age skip people, she looks the least like her character.
And Anna Darcy.
Name. Yeah, but Anna Darcy. No, not Anna. Is it Anna Darcy?
Or something Darcy.
Yeah, her last name's Darcy.
Yeah.
But she is so good in that role.
Yeah.
That I don't care. Matt Smith, Jesus, when he cut the guy's head in half, for the whole season, I was worried that he was going to be the issue with Rhaenyra.
No, it turned out he's the one that is her biggest supporter.
Now he's the most important piece because no one can fuck with her because he'll literally kill anybody, and he's known as being the greatest warrior that is alive right now,
and riding the second biggest dragon.
Yeah, well, we've seen what happened to the little dragon. Freaking got chomped in half.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about again. The last episode for me was very slow, but I love the way that it ended. And I will say that the 9th episode, made it okay. It made it okay that the 10th episode was really, really, really fucking slow. Like,
yeah, that ninth episode, that was the punch to the gut, and the 10th episode is you recovering from that punch, only to get another right hook at the end.
At the very end, yeah.
It carries
and
a lot of.
We don't know that her son's dead. Just so everybody knows, they did leave it kind of open ended. That like he flew off. Maybe he grabbed.
It looked like the dragon bit right where he was sitting.
You just swallowed him whole. He's still inside his.
Either way, there's two options here. We're gonna get what I don't want, which is another Arya Stark story where she's lost and pulled away from her family and has to find her way back home as this ragtag person who's injured and doesn't have, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can I spoil it for you? If they follow what the book is, he's dead.
Okay. So then that's better for me because it adds two things to that, but it's very conflicting. So the guy, the Aeon, or they all have the same name.
Aegon the second.
Aegon, no, not Aegon, the other brother with one eye.
His brother, Captain Hook there.
So he's like in front of everybody, carve your eye out in front of me or I'm gonna kill you. Then when the dragon kills him, he realizes what a stupid fucking mistake he made, and then it's over. So,
well, he didn't want to kill him. He just wanted to get his debt paid, right? He said, "You owe me a debt. You owe me a debt." And
but
you could see it.
Does he really want that debt, or was he just trying to impress the Baratheons? Because if you were so upset by killing him, then I don't think you really wanted him to cut his eye out.
True.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think there's a difference between cutting your eye out and killing him. Right.
I don't think his intention ever was to kill him, to be honest.
I agree.
But he knew he fucked up when he did that.
Yeah. Because he was trying to control his dragon, saying, no, don't do that. Obey me. Both of them. Because when was it Lucerys's dragon breathed fire into the face of Araxis there, like he told him, no, obey me. You can't do this. And that's what drove the other.
For me, it was clear that the dragons were fighting each other more than these guys were.
Yeah,
it started with him trying to attack.
But I think it's trying to show you the volatility of the dragons, and like what she was saying, that anytime you take a city with dragons, everything gets destroyed because you can no longer control what the dragons are doing.
I don't want to rule over ash and dust, she said.
Which is a callback to literally what happens in the future. Even it's not really a callback; it's like a fast forward.
It's foreshadowing.
It's a premonition.
Yeah, but it makes sense, but it kind of makes you think, did maybe Daenerys actually have no control over what that dragon was doing, but she thought she did?
Yeah.
And it was just doing whatever it wanted that whole time?
No, I feel like she had way more control over her dragons than any of these guys do.
But the only thing that kind of threw me off a little bit is Prince Aemon, the one-eyed guy. He's supposed to be the same age as that kid, but yet he looks so much older now.
No, I think he's the same age as the older brother.
But still.
Yeah, he still looks way older.
The guy looks like he's 30. He looks
exactly like Matt Smith. It looks like they signed just a clone of Matt Smith. But I think that's what the point is. Those two brothers are supposed to be the two sides of Matt Smith's character. One is the drunk, like, I don't give a fuck, I'm just happy that I'm rich.
The party animal.
And the other one is like the warrior side of him. And I think he even sees himself in them. That's why you always see him looking at them whenever they have those.
Yeah, scenes. I noticed that. Yeah. It was really... I just kept wondering what's going to happen. I thought they were going to fight each other in this.
Maybe
episode.
We're going to find out that he's actually their father and it never was the king.
Could be. Quite possibly.
Something is hidden right now.
Yeah.
But also, here's a thing. In the episode, I think it might have been the episode 8 where they finally all get together as a family and have that meal.
Yeah. When he takes off the mask.
Yeah, and what's her name? Alicent and Rhaenyra make up and they become friends. Please come back. All this, and then it time skips to all of a sudden where they're not friends anymore. Like
he died. Once he died, and they usurped the throne, right?
Yeah, but it's like you were so accepting of what was going to happen at that point, but now all of a sudden you're not. You just decided I'm going to go be evil again.
Yeah,
and I really wanted Rhaenyra to kill her dad when they came to the Highlands or whatever the hell that.
Oh, really?
I wanted her on the dragon to just fucking flame all of them.
Oh.
Because you show your power. Like, without her dad to give her advice, there's nobody left.
True.
In that place, because her sons are not equipped to be kings.
They're
really not.
No.
And she has no idea what she's doing either.
But the thing is, like, Alicent has a point, though. They are, like, they are illegitimate kids, right? They are
They
bastards.
are, but it doesn't matter about the child because the daughter is still the queen.
The queen. Yeah. And she, like, because we don't hear it, do we? We don't see him tell her that he wants Aegon to be king, right?
No, and isn't her youngest child from her uncle?
Who, Alicent?
No, Rhaenyra.
Yes. All the second two, Jacaerys and Aegon. So they named the two kids that are with Daemon are Jacaerys, is it Viserys, which is named after her father, and Aegon, which is named after her nephew, son, whatever, brother.
Yeah, and then but Joffrey is from the other guy.
Yes. So the three, there's Lucerys.
Well, there's 5 kids. I forgot about that.
Yeah. There's Jacaerys, who's heir.
These names, man.
Jacaerys, who's heir. Lucerys is the one that got eaten, and Joffrey was the one that is the other kid from the first guy.
Yeah.
Then you have Aegon, and you have I had his name, Viserys.
And you know what's funny? Because you see it in Game of Thrones, and now that you know like historical things, you realize that a lot of the names are pulled from other people that may have been very powerful leaders. Like Joffrey. Like I'm assuming at some point Joffrey is going to become like a main person in this story.
Yeah, well, Viserys is named after his grandfather, Viserys the Conqueror, and Jacaerys, the one with the kid with Matt Smith, is named after her father. So there's 2 Aegons in the same. They're cousins. Wait, it's so like having 2 cousins named Dave or something.
How many like kids did Rhaenyra and the uncle have? 2?
2, and then she had 3 with the other guy.
Yeah,
and then Alicent has 2 kids, I think.
3. They have a daughter, I believe.
Oh yeah, a daughter.
Who reminds me of Rhaenyra for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does actually. That's funny.
Yeah, and you could tell, like, and Aemond, the one-eyed guy, he likes poking fun. He calls them, oh, these are strong boys. You know what I mean? Like, because they're from House Strong, the father, right?
Yeah. What did you guys think about episode 8? I think it is when he loses his eye. That was so unexpected. What a good episode, man.
It was, but that it gave me a sense of the power level. So the king is in control. Alicent has no power at all, and everyone knows that, but she believes that she has control over things. And
because her father makes her believe that.
That episode, you saw that the king was like, "You're nobody, shut up. Tell her sorry," or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You saw the viciousness of Rhaenyra, that she is like the Daenerys. She is like a born leader. Then you see that the stupid knight guy that was in love with Rhaenyra in the beginning, that I can't stand him.
Kristen Cole.
So he's very hot-headed, and he's going to get into a lot of trouble. He's going to cause so much bullshit for the family coming up that I think they're going to kill him. Like his own friends are going to turn on him.
Yeah.
But you realize right away,
Kingsguard.
He thought he was going to be badass in that moment and come up, and then Damon was like, nah.
No.
He's like, sit down. He's like, because if you kill one of those royals in front of all of those royals, they're just going to
they're gonna turn on. Yeah, they're gonna turn on.
No one's gonna let you get away with that.
Wait, didn't he do that though? Did he smash that guy's head?
He did it to the gay lover of a royal. He was not.
No, I'm talking about like the dinner. Did he smash that guy's head?
You're thinking Corlys, Lord Corlys's brother, when he decapitated him. But he was speaking treason, and that's why they killed him.
No, I'm talking about the guy that
he's talking about in the meeting when they had the meeting and he smashed the guy's head in the last episode
after the king died.
But that was because they were already planning to kill all the traitors. They just didn't verbally say it yet. Then after they killed that guy, they're like, okay, let's
do this. Anybody else object? Yeah. Oh, in the small council, when he was in the small council.
That's what I was looking for. But in that point, that guy's not a royal. That guy's just like a
maester or something.
No, what would you call it? He's like a
consort, or
he's like another country's like someone you send to go deal with things. Like he's not actually like a king or a queen.
Yeah, he was representing which one? The Baratheons, or I think it was the Baratheons he was representing. And then we saw what the Baratheons did.
It's just weird to me because it's like, how do they know things? Like, how did they get word so fast that the son got eaten by the dragon? How did everyone know that this stuff was happening so quickly? The word spread so fast, and I really like
I can understand with naming Aegon the king is those plans were already set in motion by his grandfather.
And you could see it. He's already a drunk piece of shit, and he got juiced on the power when everyone started cheering for him.
Yeah.
He's gonna abuse it.
Now that we're talking about him, what about the fact that he has kids all over the city and shit?
It's gonna come back to haunt him. I think that
the bastard children.
I think his mom is gonna poison him.
I was thinking that, like, since he's king right now,
the brother wants to kill him already.
No, I don't think the brother does. I don't think the brother wants to be king.
The brother tried to kill him already.
Did he?
Well, that's why the brother wanted to catch him first before anybody else did when they got him, because he wanted to kill him so he could take over.
He could take the throne.
But the mom, I think the mom is so caught up. She reminds me of Lucy Lawless. What the hell was her character? Not Lucy Lawless.
From Spartacus?
No, not Lucy Lawless. Freaking what's her name from Game of Thrones?
Cersei
Lannister. Because she doesn't like to make her family look bad, and I think this is all going to come out, and then to hide it, they're going to poison him, or she's going to kill him in his sleep or something.
Like Damon even said he didn't die, he was murdered. Like they killed him, Viserys the king. We know that, like in his concoction or whatever they were giving him, they were slowly killing him.
Yeah, you could tell that he smells the
poison.
Yeah.
But I don't think it was the wife doing it. I think it was the hand.
Yeah, totally.
The hand and the Meister, because the Meister was in on it with him the whole fucking time.
And can we say Reese Irfan, whatever his name is, like he too put in a fantastic performance in this.
Yeah, he's really good.
Better than the lizard.
He was good as the lizard. Okay, let's keep the lizard slander down.
Another thing I want to talk about is the fact South Park Uncle Fucker the song is all I kept thinking about. I watched an episode with my buddy, and I was like, wait, she's literally Uncle Fucker from South Park. That's literally the song is about her.
But it's funny because without that happening, the power dynamic changes. Rhaenyra is killed already. She's already dead.
Without Damon by her side, Yeah,
it had to happen. But it's definitely one of the weirdest things to happen.
But all of their family does that.
Yeah.
That weird though, uncle.
Yeah,
well, like
her sons are married to her cousins. Their first cousins.
Their sons are married to their stepsisters.
Yeah, there you go.
Because those are Matt Smith's kids.
Technically, yeah.
I mean, I guess Cersei and her brother are weirder than the uncles in Game of Thrones.
Matt Smith's ex-wife is Rhaenyra's ex-husband's sister, and this ain't no family tree, it's a family pretzel.
But that's what the blonde or that white hair signifies. It's years of inbreeding has caused this genetic defect. Yeah. That's how they know whose kids are from them.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
I think that's why it was so weird when you see her firstborn and secondborn
with the dark hair.
Yeah.
And right away you knew. Nobody would speak it, but you knew, because speaking it would be treason, right?
Yeah. Except for the queen. She spoke it.
Yeah, until the king found out that the queen said it, and he was like, "Oh, you're gonna pay right now."
Yeah,
I know, that was some sick shit.
And then when Corliss's brother spoke it too, he got his head decapitated.
Yeah, but I really appreciate that fact that they kept this realistic. They didn't make it go full Thrones where like the good guys never get a win. Like, you know how the Starks literally couldn't buy a win all the way until the end of the show?
Yeah.
It was like they're paying it off now by letting Paddy Constantine's character was like, no, you're not going to pull this shit.
Yeah, not while I'm around.
Would have stuck up for her and made everybody look bad, and it was like.
But see, that's the thing. Why didn't anybody say anything when literally the day before he died, he was on the throne? Rhaenyra is my heir, and enough is enough, and that's the end of that.
I knew that was going to happen when he didn't say it. I knew it was coming. But like the same thing. So you know how they have all those people hostage, like the royals that came for the thing. Don't their entire countries of soldiers and militaries know that they've been gone for like weeks now? Like
I'm sure they know
word must have got back to them that you know what I mean? Like
and those are going to be the houses that are going to be loyal to Rhaenyra, and that's how she's going to build her army.
King's Landing is not the largest army.
No, right? They have the King's Guard, which is pretty large, but
the thing is, usually they have the backing of the rest of the Targaryens and the Valerians, but they don't now because all the Targaryens and Valerians are together at Blackstone or whatever the hell it's called.
Dragonstone,
Dragonstone. So it's like, to me, it's like you don't have any power. Like the Baratheons, I guess, have probably the biggest army, maybe outside of that.
But we still haven't heard anything from Winterfell yet.
We still have, you know what? At this point, the funny thing is the Iron Islands don't exist. I don't know if you noticed that. They never talk
they
about
don't.
it.
The Iron Islands, I think, broke away from Driftmark, though, didn't they? Or River Run?
I think from River Run and from the north, they're like a split. Because River Run's not really a big place. It's weird that it counts as one of the kingdoms.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right, because the Greyjoys were close with the Starks at one point.
Yeah, and it's like, well, and the Valerians have the largest fleet, and normally it's the Iron Islands have it, right? So
yeah. But what's his name said it too. He goes, Matt Smith said it. He goes, we have 8 or 9 dragons plus 6 that are unaccounted for. They have 4.
When he went into that, when he was singing and whistling, was that one of the loose
a brand new dragon that we haven't seen
and
yet?
That was big. That was a big friggin' dragon.
That's bigger than Aemon's dragon.
Yeah, I think that's what this is hinting at. That like, there's going to be a battle where Aemon pulls out the dragon and thinks he has the baddest one, and that one's going to come out of nowhere. You're like,
how did he know that? How did he know that he killed the son? I forget their name.
We don't know. That's the whole thing.
We don't know that they know, but you could see it in her face that's what's pushing her over the edge on this one.
But I wonder how did he know? How did he find out? He must have been driving behind them on a dragon or something.
They make it really. They hint at you very specifically that it's a very short trip. It's just right there, and I'm guessing like a couple days went by. And then he never came back, so he came back to report that the son never came back. They don't know that he's dead yet.
Yeah, they could have sent a raven from Winterfell, and the other one never came.
Someone's gonna go exploring in the next season. They're gonna see a dragon bitten in half. There's gonna be like 2
like dragon bones. Yeah, I could see that.
But I hated her at the beginning, but I'm really liking the ant now.
Yeah, me too.
She's really pretty badass when she has her armor on and everything. How she went right in their face and was like, I can kill you all right now.
But see ya.
Yeah, that was pretty badass. I love the way that scene happened.
But see, if she would have killed them, it would have made her and Rhaenyra look bad. At least this way, she went to Rhaenyra, let her know this is going on.
And
like,
she showed
let's get
her
ready.
Cards. She was like, if I wanted to, I could have took you down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she knows.
I think they did a good job with that scene right there. When she came out of the ground and I was like I thought the episode was about to end, right? So I like kind of zoned out at that last second there, and then kind of got jump scared when I heard that.
So
boom.
Before like we're basically done, but like we didn't really talk about the early seasons, and I just want to say some stuff. I think the lead up to the second half was done so well because so much happens in the second half. The second half is just slapping you in the face with stuff. The first half is like really world building, and
it was more lore building. Yeah,
I really think the only issue I really had with that part was Rhaenyra was so defiant, and I understand it's because she's like a teenager, but it's like it made no sense for the reasons that she was always starting problems over nothing.
Yeah, but like this also shows her maturity over those few episodes and how she matured as a human being as an adult.
It does, but it kind of felt like you should know better in the position you're in, and just even though Game of Thrones logic, even though you don't like this person, you don't tell them that. You keep it hidden so until you get your point, and then you kill them. That's literally like
that's the Littlefinger way.
Yeah,
that's what's gonna happen.
I hate the new
in season 2. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna see so much. And what about that guy that was jerking off to her feet?
Yeah, I know. I was just gonna say I hate the new eunuch guy. I know he's not a eunuch, but at this point,
he had his own father and brother killed because he thought that's what the queen wanted.
Wait, did he?
Yeah, he was the one. That was when they set fire. His brother was the father of Rhaenyra's
kids. Yeah,
Lord Strong. Shit. Now he's the leader of that house. So now House Strong is pledged to Aegon.
That's insane. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he's very much like he's a cross between Littlefinger and the other guy, the bald guy with no hair there.
The bald guy was great.
He was. But you don't know which side he was on. That's what. Yeah, but you don't know
which one. The guy with no balls.
Yeah, the eunuch, the bald guy that ends up becoming her like main person.
He becomes the hand, doesn't he?
Yeah, the hand to the queen.
All right. Well, anything else you guys want to add to this before we wrap it up?
No, I'm good.
A great show.
Yeah, go watch it. Go watch it.
Season 2 is going to be a freaking banger. Make sure you guys are on the shit. If you made it to the end, I'm guessing you've already watched season 1. But either way, that wraps this video up, guys. If you enjoyed this video, do us a favor, hit that like button and subscribe, and make sure you guys go check out JD. His links will be in the description. All right. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.